Okay, so this week's assignment was assistive technology, and I found it very cool because I think that we will all be able to use it in life, and especially in the educational setting. Um, it is a device, software, any kind of equipment, anything that can assist with the student or child's challenge, to help them just live the educational setting in life in a more normal manner. Um, so my experience with assistive technology is my brother was in a car accident, and he has a brain injury, and um, we heard a lot of stories that were very similar to his as well, and they use a lot of iPads and pointers and touch things to help them communicate and learn again. It's like starting over. So they used assistive technology for that. So when I was researching, I felt like the one before AbleNet, I don't remember what it was called. I feel like it probably would have been very useful. It sounded like it did things very well. The link did not work, so I went with AbleNet. And I think it would be the most efficient, especially in a classroom, because it's such a wide variety of anything you needed. It wasn't just for a student with hearing or just for a student with a simple learning disability. It could be seeing, touching, feeling, because it was just so applicable for anybody to use that had a learning disability. Um, the one that I researched and found was not provided in this module was TTS, and that is text to speech. So it is an app that you get on a device. So, I mean, we all know that technology is very useful in educational setting these days. So on a computer, on an iPad, probably more generally, it is an app you get on whatever, and it's called Intel Reader. And it takes whatever text and changes it into speech so that a student can still understand and learn just because they have a reading disability. It would work for things like blindness, dyslexia, any kind of visual impairment. The slightest difficulty reading, TTS would take care of that. So the three examples out of the article. So the first one would be environmental, because I think that affects you more than anything. You have to have a suitable environment to learn and go about life. So for home assistants, they make things for like remote controls that turn off your lights, turn on your TV. You can do anything from a remote these days. So that would definitely be assistive technology that has advanced a lot in the last even 5 years. The second one would be visual, so such as the text to speech. A visual impairment would be text to speech, because if you can't see and you can hear something, you're still being able to learn and live life because of that device. So that is a huge assistive technology. And the last one I would pick, and this also comes from my experience, is eating. And they make silverware that fits whatever impairment you have. So if you can't bend your wrist or your arm correctly, they make silverware that has like a big tube on the end, and it's curved, so it's easier to hang on to. You don't have to bend your wrist. It is more natural, I guess. It's easier to cooperate with whatever impairment you're tackling. So I think that everything listed in this assignment was very useful, because if you're not using it in an educational manner, you can use any of that in everyday life. Anything to help with an impairment is going to help you communicate better, learn better, just advance life in general. So it was a very useful lesson.